Nashville-based Ashley Ray's new album is called Pauline. Pauline was named one of NPR's All Songs Considered top albums of the week when it debuted in August. She's written songs for a number of musicians, including Little Big Town and Lori McKenna. Ashley Ray is making waves in the Nashville music scene, and count us here at Wyoming Sounds as among your big fans. Welcome, Ashley Ray.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, yes. Pauline is a very personal album. You write about your experiences, your family, and growing up in Lawrence, Kansas, around my old stomping grounds. I wanted to ask, when did you start playing music? When did that kind of hit you? Were you like in the band in high school, or how soon did that develop?
Oh my gosh. There's video of me when I'm 4 and 5 years old, singing Bob Seger. And that's something that my dad and I shared, is a love for music. And so my mom and dad, they are huge music lovers. They would go to concerts. And I remember dad giving me his lighter at a concert.
Oh,
So, I mean,
so you attended concerts at an early age.
Yeah. So I think that it happened back then before I even knew.
So it was there with you early on. When did you start did you start with a guitar playing music?
Yeah, I guess so. I kind of was, I always wrote poetry, I guess, before that. There's lots of poems that my mom kept. So I would write lyrics before I ever picked up a guitar, and would sing. But I was about 11 when I picked up the guitar.
Okay. Tell us the sequence of events that led up to recording the album. You moved to Nashville from Lawrence to Nashville, right? And then you started writing songs for other artists. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did. I moved away from Lawrence here to Nashville when I was 18. And I quickly learned that this is a songwriting town. Some of the best writers I've ever met and heard live in Nashville. And so I just started kind of writing by myself and listening to, Patty Griffin and, of course, Lori McKenna. Discovered her shortly after that, and just kind of started writing and co-writing, and would make my own records, but had kind of become known as a songwriter more so than just moving here to sing. So.
Was that with a songwriting group, or you were doing that on your own, or maybe a little of both?
A little of both. I signed my first publishing deal a little bit out of college.
You attended Belmont, is that correct?
I did, yes,
cool.
I did. So my waitressing job in college and my publishing deal kind of coincided at first, and wrote for Sony for a while, actually 8 years, and made a couple of albums, had a couple of record deals in there that didn't pan out, and ended up going back on waiting tables again before I wrote this album.
Wow. You went through a fair amount of rejection and struggles, ups and downs in the years ahead of this record. How did those times shape this record?
1000%.
Yeah.
It
was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. I fell on my face and a lot of times wanted to move home, and then made this album, and it has resurrected my spirit and my career.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Can you treat us to a song?
I would love to.
Yeah, great. Ashley Ray, I'm Grady Kirkpatrick. You're listening to Wyoming Sounds, and gonna get a tune from Ashley Ray.
Yeah, let's see how this works. Mom got your locket, Dad got your gun, Gary got your diamond ring, cousin Josiah got your 45s 69 Pontiac. And poor Uncle Paul got the rest of it all, right down to the frames and the tags. And I got your name. I got your name. Got your hand-me-down heart. I got your blood in my veins. I got your disposition. And I got your need. Where I stand in the kitchen and I never listen. Call me Pauline. To make the ends meet, you can pork and beans. Stokely's van can't factor me. That work went missing. You packed ammunition to keep shoes on all of their feet. They tell the stories of your faded glory, how you and me are the same. I never met you, but I can't forget you. Every time Mama gets sing, I got your name. I got your name. Got your hand-me-down heart. I got your blood in my veins. I got your disposition. And I got your need. Where I stand in the kitchen and I never listen. Call me Pauline. Well, I got your name. I got your name. Got your hard-working hands, your mouth like a runaway train. I got your disposition, and I got your need. The way I stand in the kitchen, and I never listen. Call me Pauline. The way I stand in the kitchen and I never listen. Call me Pauline.
Ashley Ray and Pauline, the title track from your new record. Beautiful. And can we talk about Pauline, the inspiration behind the song? Pauline, your grandmother, correct?
Correct. Yes.
What do you remember about her?
Well, I never got to meet her, but I am known in my family. I guess I inherited a lot of her. Of course, my middle name is Pauline. My mom, I was born about almost 3 years after she died, after my grandmother, Pauline, died. And Mom said I saved her. So I don't know. In a lot of ways, sometimes I feel like maybe she passed the torch to me to kind of take care of my mom. And yeah, and my grandfather, who's one of my best friends, who obviously was married to Pauline, we talk about her all the time. There's not a a time that we're together that we don't talk about her. So what I remember of her is, I get to see my mom, and that my mom carries the torch as well, and so I do feel like I've met her, but what I remember is all memories and talking about her. So
Great, wonderful.
yeah.
There are a fair amount of challenges for musicians in a normal year, and this has been anything but normal. What are some of the things you've been doing to deal with the challenges presented by the pandemic? And oh, by the way, wasn't there a tornado in Nashville in March?
Yeah, there was.
Were you there for that? That
I
seems
was.
like a decade ago.
I was. It really does, at least a decade ago. Yeah, I was. It happened about a mile from my house. I live in East Nashville, and my dog in the middle of the night jumped on me, and he doesn't really do that.
Seeger, right?
Seeger, yes.
Yeah, named
Yeah,
after Bob.
after Bob. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah.
were you like dead asleep and then he jumped on you?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my
Because
goodness.
as soon as I woke up, he jumped like right on my stomach, and um, it startled me, and then I heard things, hitting the. I heard everything. I woke up, and then the sirens were going off, and so yeah, he woke me up
Wow.
before the sirens did.
So where
He's a
did
good boy.
you go to the basement? So you're from Kansas, you know all about tornadoes, right?
I would have been in the basement if I had one. I don't
Ooh,
currently. My grandfather, every time he comes here, he's like, the house across, he scopes everything out. House across the street, they got a basement. We got to make sure you know them so you can go over there.
that's right. That's right.
um, I put my shoes on. I did everything that my dad taught us. I put my shoes on. I got Seeger's leash, and I went into the closet. I lit some candles and said some prayers.
Wow. And then the worst of the pandemic came within a week of that. I mean, the beginnings of that.
It did.
And you've been dealing with that for several months. In connecting with your audience, you can't get out and play live much, if any. What are some of the ways that you've been dealing with that?
I've been making a lot of sourdough bread.
There's nothing better than homemade bread.
I and I can't eat all of the bread that I'm making, so I've been sharing it, with
Good, good.
neighbors or going to friends' backyards. If there's a very close tight knit of us, who yeah, I've been drinking wine, connecting with friends, playing with Seeger, reading, writing,
Cool.
making bread, drinking more wine.
Uh, you produce some absolutely stunning videos, and I expect that's a good way to connect with audiences if you can't get out and play live. Uh, when you've produced these videos, do you have a pretty good idea of what you want to present visually with the songs that you pair them with going into it, or do you get a lot of people making suggestions? Here's what you need to do. How has that worked? I guess for the ones you've produced.
Um, it's been different for each one. For Pauline, that video that premiered through CMT, that was very much me, and my team at Soundly Music, and my managers, Gary and Stephanie. They um, we wanted to bring to life something that Pauline would have worn, because the song's about her. So I got a vintage gown, did my hair and makeup, had my hair and makeup done like she would have, and I very much stepped into me as a person and her as a person that I um, you know know.
That
There's
video is totally captivating, and there's not a lot going on except you and the camera and the song, and it's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted that to be something that she would be proud of, and I think that she would have been proud of that. And the dirty work video, I have two of my best friends are some of the most talented video directors and photographers, and so I just basically showed up at a farm that very much is a lot like a place that I grew up in Kansas, and I just listened to them, Stephen and Alexa Kenegopoulos, and they just directed that and direct me, and it's
The
good
pink
to
curlers, the pink curlers were a great touch.
that
Were
was Alexa. That was
very
inspired
nice.
by family photos.
Very cool. Besides your family, who were some of the folks that helped produce the new record or helped inspire you with the record?
Well, Sean McConnell produced this record. He's an incredible artist, songwriter. Just he's my brother from another mother, as I think the kids say. But he produced this album and encouraged me to step into my vulnerability, and that's part of me as an artist. I really straddle the line of country and country Americana / rock and roll, growing up on classic rock and Bob Seger and Fleetwood Mac. And so, yeah, we just wanted this record to sound like where I'm from, and I didn't want to hold back, and I wanted to tell my story, and so we did. And then, yeah, the supporters, Little Big Town, uh, Lori McKenna, Soundly Music, CMT, just I'm forgetting so many people, but there have been a lot of people who have embraced and helped me, get this out into the world during this time. And I couldn't have done it alone.
Yes. There we go.
Yay.
Yeah, yeah. So do you still get homesick for Lawrence?
Oh, I'm homesick right now as we speak.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
as Dorothy once said, Aunt Ham, there's no place like home.
it's very true.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Ashley Ray. Best of luck and good wishes with your music, indeed. And we certainly are looking forward to getting to see you play live sometime in the not too distant future. Find more information at ashleyray.com, right? And
Yes.
social media, all
Yes.
the fun places. You can see the video link to Pauline from Ashley Ray on our website too. We'll have that up for you at wyomingpublicmedia.org. Again, thank you so much. Wonderful to talk to you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.